Got Google Nest? If so, listen to the sports leader at home. This is KNBR 104.5 and 680.
It's the Gallos gone wild. It's the Gallos gone wild. It's the Gallos gone wild. Moraga style. It's the Gallos gone wild.
We're proudly the only station in America that plays that tune, by the way. And we only play it for one reason.
Why you're the best.
It's like putting up the bat light. You put up the bat light, you expect Batman to come, unless he doesn't. But you expect him to be there. When I play that song, I expect you to be on the other end of the line. Head coach of the St. Mary's Gales, Randy Bennett. What's going on, Coach?
Oh, just enjoying listening to a little music, the Moraga style.
Do you have that on your?
Wild.
You probably have that on your phone when you go for walks and listen to it, don't you?
Over and over.
Do they still play that? Do they ever play it in the gym?
The only time I ever hear that song is when I come on this station. And I love it. I love it.
That'd be classic if your team ran out and they're like, hey, what is that? Oh,
I'm going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back for a game, a throwback.
You should.
Good.
You should.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Love that song because it makes me think of you, and that's always a good thing. Let me ask you this, because we talked extensively about this. We don't have to get into all of it and stuff, but are things kind of settling down in terms of like college athletics and everybody getting a little bit of a handle now on NIL? No.
No. I wish I could put a positive spin on it, but not really. I mean, they don't rule on this thing. I mean, we think they're going to rule a certain way, but till April 7th, until that happens, we don't know what they haven't established what the parameters are, what the rules are. Like, you have to, I don't know, it's too complicated to get into as far as all
it's
the
almost like
questions
It's almost like somebody came up with these ideas. Yeah, it's almost like somebody came up with these ideas and, like, had no idea. They just go, hey, let's do it. Well, how should we? I don't know. I just do it. Do it. Everybody wants their money. Give them their money and let them transfer, and we'll figure it out later. That's worked out really well for everybody.
3 years later, we have no feel. And everybody's afraid to make a ruling on it or put down the guidelines just because of lawsuits and things like that. So it's honestly, I just met with the president or AD and all that today, and we're like, we just have to wait. We don't know. Like, you don't even know how many guys you can. One of the rules is it could go to, for men's basketball, it could go to 15 scholarships, which it's probably going to, but we don't know for sure. So do you sign 13 or 15? And you won't know until April 7th. Signing date's today or yesterday.
Perfect.
It's crazy.
That seems.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I bet you do. It's
I love it.
Well, the funny part about it is, I remember talking to Jay Wright and about one of the reasons he, decided to hang him up, and I'm sure Saban decided to hang him up, and other coaches, like, not that they disagree with it, they just don't feel like dealing with it. It's like, look, I got to kind of reconfigure the way I think about things, and I don't really want to do that, because he told me they have a GM, and I said, what? GM? What do you mean GM? Because that's a pro thing. But now a lot of schools have GMs because they hand, you as a coach, you want to coach, you want to teach. You don't want to have to worry about you don't want to worry about having to re-recruit your players when they're on campus. You don't have I'm not going to facilitate your NIL deals. I don't care. So it's like more and more schools are going to this GM model because the head coaches are like, it's first off, it's too much. Secondly, and most importantly, I don't want to deal with this crap.
Right. No, it's stuff that you're not really wired to do, or that's not what you ever thought being coaching Division I basketball was ever going to be, but it is, and you have to deal with it, or else you have to, get somebody who is going to deal with it. It's best if you can get a GM type position handling it, just so you can coach.
You remember the first time you came on the show?
Vaguely. NCAA tournament, I think, 04, 05, somewhere around then.
Well, I'm glad you do. I didn't. I was just kind of asking you, kind of keep my fingers crossed you might remember.
We had to do something worthy of getting on.
And then you've been on ever since. NCAA tournament or no. I'm the one, Randy, I got to say, I'm the one that has battled through the muck trying to get you on, but it's, it's NCAA hoops around here, and it's not NCAA hoops around here. So, yeah, I mean, the last couple of years it's been pay to play, and by pay, you got to go to the NCAA tournament to get on this show, but not today.
I realize that, and I appreciate it, and it's my favorite show to ever come on, so I'll never pass up the opportunity.
No, we always appreciate it and loved having you on over the years. And before we let you go, tell us a little bit about the team this year. I see you're off to a good start. I know you got Marshallonis back. I'm not sure who's returning from last year. I haven't caught any games yet, but how's the team looking, and what are the prospects for this year?
Well, first of all, I expect you to make a few more games.
Yeah, you know what? My schedule is suddenly freed up. It's suddenly freed up.
I'm going to enter. That's when you get your job interview for assistant coach.
Oh, bro, no.
When you come out to this game, I'm going to put you to work, get you to do something. At least you could make me laugh at practice.
I can do that. You know I can do that. And I could teach him some of the old tricks of the trade, like how to kick somebody in the Achilles on the post to get him to move. You grab the jersey when they're cutting through, like all those old school tricks that nobody uses anymore. Like when guys are cutting through the lane, maybe a little elbow to the ribs, stuff like that. I could definitely come in handy. I don't know if that would. Well, I don't know if you want that, but
I'm going to give you a full 30 minutes to teach him how to hop in that water fountain and hide into the water while everybody runs their laps. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that one. I enjoyed that one. Lute didn't find out about that until about 8 years after it happened, because I never told him. I think somebody must have told him. Maybe he read it in another book or something, but he was like a father figure. Maybe not father figure, but I had that much respect for him. Like, he's just going to look at me like, are you serious? You did that? I'd still feel like I let the team down 8 years later. I don't even play for the team anymore. So, yeah, I kept that one from him. But, I'm surprised I got away. It's the old Shawshank Redemption line, Randy. How often does a man look at another man's shoes? Because when I got out of the fountain and I was running into the locker room, my shoes were squeaking. They're like, I mean, it's like nobody could sweat that much. Nobody could sweat through their shoes, and I definitely sweated through the shoes. So
the courage you had to have to pull that off. I mean, every one of your teammates must have had a huge respect for you.
Yeah, I think they're okay with it. They're like, hey, you know what? Just as long as we don't get punished for it.
Yeah, right.
You want to roll the dice? Go ahead and roll the dice. We had a couple flunky GAs out there. I know I could dupe them. So,
when did you come up with the idea? Halfway through or before the run?
No, probably after. No, it was the first lap, because we started at one end and it's a huge oval. It's probably about a mile around. We had to run it like 2 or 3 times, and it was warm outside. I just said, "Oh, this is garbage, man. I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it today." So where they were standing, the GAs were standing, it was a huge fountain with like a half dome on their side, so it obscured their view of the other side of it. So I knew if I got around there and I couldn't see them, they couldn't see me, I could just jump in there. They're not going to keep track of everybody going around. So I laid in the back of that thing. I got as far back as I could. My whole body was underwater except for my mouth. I was like, and then my manager caught me. He was like walking around, right? And I'm sure he was the one that was supposed to be checking. So he went and checked, and he did the double take. Like, he just looked in the fountain casually and then turned and looked again like, are you serious? And all I did is hold up one finger. And he kept walking. he kept walking. So, yeah, that was one that I managed to avoid prosecution on, which was nice, because I can't even imagine how many lines I would have had to run for that one.
That got you legendary status at the University of Arizona forever.
Yeah, well, definitely would have definitely got me another head shake from Lute. And trust me, I had enough of them. His favorite thing to say when when I was doing something that he wasn't real happy with. Judas Priest, Tom Tolbert. Judas Priest. And I would always tell him, you got another thing coming. He's like, he had no idea what Judas Priest the band was, so he had no clue. But he was something else. But yes, that was probably one of my most memorable off the court moments at Arizona. Avoiding, maybe that says something about me. I'm not sure if it's entirely good that I'm just avoiding that.
You're innovative. Innovative.
Yeah, I let the rest of the team do the work though, and I didn't do anything. So yeah, you know what? They had a chance. They beat me to the fountain. They had a chance to get in there. So it wasn't like I beat them to it and jumped in the fountain. In fact, I think I went so slow that the rest of the team got way ahead of me. I don't think they knew I was missing because everybody was so spaced out. When you're running, you're not concerned with your teammates. You're just trying to make it through the run. So I don't think they knew either until I came in the locker room and I was just dripping. And I think Sean or somebody said, "Did you just jump in a pool?" I go, "Close." All's well that ends well. All's well that ends well. Well, yes, definitely I will come out there. I'll come to some games this year. Let me know, and we'll definitely get together, have a lunch, have a beverage, and I'll come out there and watch some hoops.
I can't wait, and thanks for having me on this last day. Appreciate it, and can't wait for the interview, the job interview for you. Pay's not great.
I'll be out there, Coach. Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. Good talking to you.
All right, man.